Krishna Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesh Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtiki. Warm welcome everyone. See if we need light or something. And the study of Krishna consciousness, we continue with our study of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 4, chapter entitled Ambarish Maharaj offended by Durvasa Muni. Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtiki. Is compilation full of again Prem Bhakti Prasud, Prem Bhakti Udgar, Prem Bhakti Updesh for the ultimate benefit of all living entities. It gives us connects us to the origin of love, the source of love. Say Prem Bhakti Prasud, na? The origin of love altogether. Prem Bhakti Udgar helps us understand that how to express love. What does love mean? What does it mean to be in love with someone? How to express love? What does love mean? Prem Bhakti Prasud, Prem Bhakti Udgar, Prem Bhakti Updesh. Instructions will come naturally as we practice Krishna consciousness. Naturally, we would want to take instructions. Also, we will naturally take in instructions. Someone who is born human is endowed with sufficient intelligence by default, na? Someone who is born human is intelligent. Animals are also intelligent in the sense they are looking for what? Where is food? Where is shelter? Where is defense? Where is mating? But humans, they also carry these qualities and are have been bestowed, endowed with further more capacity or potential to unlock the mysteries of life altogether. Furthermore, to be in a sweet, loving relationship with Lord Shri Krishna. And Srimad Bhagavatam for the takes us to the ultimate potential, ultimate capacity of us, say human beings, us, say living entities. Also, practicing Krishna consciousness, our consciousness has to come to a stage wherein we don't associate ourselves as a human. We don't associate ourselves as a human being as such. What to speak of, say, male and female. Of course, we live in this body and the gender and that respect and should always be there. Mm. But we should never associate ourselves as a human or any bodily identity wise. Our identification should be Gopi Bharto Padakamalyor Dasa Dasanudasa. That we are eternal servitors, eternal lovers of the lovers of the lovers of the lovers of the servers of the servers of the servitors of Lord Shri Krishna. And who is Lord Shri Krishna? Maintainer of the gopis. Gopi Bharto Padakamalyor Dasa Dasanudasa. And today's verse is beautiful, extremely beautiful, extraordinarily beautiful. We'll begin from 9th, 4th, 63. Extraordinarily beautiful, truly, truly beautiful. We see if we can bring our hearts out, we can express the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam, the glory of this verse with all our hearts. We can never glorify fully. There's nothing like full or complete in Krishna consciousness. So how can we glorify fully or completely? But to the best of our ability, to the best of our desire, to the best of our willingness, even taking it furthermore, we aim to relish this verse. Now, before going into the text proper, we take a quick recap, say a short recap of where the pastime is standing for now. So, ninth canto, fourth chapter, we understand this pastime of Ambarish Maharaj, King Ambarish. Now, a very, not just a pious and gentle king, completely devoted, dedicated king. Him and his good wife observed the vow of Ekadasi for full 1 year, and they were in Vrindavan, Madhuvan, and on the day of Dwadasi, all the Brahmanas, other guests, they had assembled. A festival was arranged, and the king was given charity. He was giving out charity, lots of arrangement, looking after everything, say. And time was approaching for him and his wife and others whosoever were alongside fasting with him, say, to break the fast. And at that moment, at that very time, sage Durvasa, the powerful mystic sage Durvasa Muni, he appears in the scene as an uninvited guest. As an uninvited guest. He appears in the scene. Now time is less. Human life means good decision making. It's extremely important to make good decisions in life, to take good decisions in life. Extremely, extremely important. Some of it which comes with experience, some of it comes a bit naturally from our samskars, past life impressions and everything. The nature we have evolved in this life itself, and the company we keep and all, accordingly we make decision, we decide. But decision making is extremely important. The choices we make, the decisions we make in life, they shape up our life altogether. In a way, Krishna consciousness or spiritual life, see, Krishna consciousness is way more higher than spiritual life also. Krishna consciousness defines what spiritual life means. Spiritual life may also mean a bit of a vague, in the sense, oh, I'm a spiritual being, this is spiritual life, holy being. I'm in connection with spirit, I'm spirit and all. But what is the definition of spirit? What is the definition of spiritual life? Definition of spiritual life, again, Srimad Bhagavatam gives us 1, 2, 6. Savai Pumsan. Adhokshaje, na? Another name of Krishna, Adhokshaje. That unconditional, unmotivated love upon Lord Shri Krishna, towards Lord Shri Krishna. Savai Pumsan Paro Dharmo Yator Bhaktir Adhokshaje. Ahetuki Apratihata Yayatma Suprasidete. So this is spiritual life, unconditionally, unmotivatedly loving Krishna. So real spiritual life means to fall in love with Krishna altogether. So now the sage appeared in the scene, say uncalled for, uninvited, uncalled for, and the sage tells the king that we got this news. You observe this, wow, this festival. Yes, very nice. And the king, he was happy to receive the sage. Look, now so many things. The king did not make any face. He didn't show any face upon seeing the sage. He did not make any face. He was very happy to receive the sage, and with folded hands he said, yes, we are waiting. You go take your bath in the river along with your students, and you return, and we'll be waiting for you, and we'll serve you prasadam. Okay, the sage went. And as he was returning, or still in the river, through his mystic power, he got to know that the king has actually broken the fast. Now the sage perhaps assumed that the king has taken grains as well and all, completely eaten or eaten. But actually the king did nothing of this. The king consulted with the assembled brahmanas, and he just drank water. He drank water to honor the fasting, Ekadashi fasting, and also to not disrespect the sage. Communication is extremely important in life. We assume a lot. Very dangerous. And especially with negativity. We assume a lot of negative. We assume a lot of something bad is going to happen, something wrong is going to happen. And not only that much, we are expert at what? Spreading out. Spreading out. Some negative thought, some negative idea, something which is detrimental to our body, mind and soul, our health altogether, say, we dwell more on it, and we just spread out on it, spread out. It becomes very difficult for us to come out of that loop. So human life, conditioned life, yes, we are bound to make mistakes, of course, and we will fall down as well in our progressive evolution, in our realization of Krishna consciousness. But then should come a stage in our practice of Krishna consciousness, that how quickly we rise up, how quickly do we rise back, and then how firm are we in our resolve of not falling down again, how late, or we should never fall again, and keep on rising, keep on rising. So the sage got upset, and he spoke harsh words. He spoke harsh words, and he, from his mystic power, using his mystic power from his matted hair, he pulled out a demon and threw the demon to the king, towards the king. Go kill that king. And the king was still, the king did not move a step back. He did not retaliate. He stood his ground firmly, patiently, nicely. And the king was bestowed with Lord Narayan previously, Sudarshan Chakra. This, and that Sudarshan Chakra, that is the devotee of Lord Shri Krishna, in the form of this, appeared right then and there, and killed the demon, and went to have a check with Durvasa Muni. Now, See, when we are in anger, we shouldn't speak. We should not try to speak when we are angry. We should never try to speak. It's not so good. Also, when we are angry, we shouldn't try to act. If we have spoken, at least not act. At least we can resist ourselves, calm down ourselves, go for a walk, go for a swim, go for a run, go for a bath, or great chant Hare Krishna. Huh? Chant Hare Krishna, and the mind will be subdued, the anger will be subdued. Now, in here, what reason was there for the sage to speak? Okay, he had spoken angrily, fine, you vented your anger out. What reason was there for him to pull out that demon? And look, for such a thing, what? You drank water, you offended me, you insulted me. You had broke the fast before me, before having us eat something. And for this, he was ready to kill the king. So angry, so ferocious, so quick decision making like this in haste wasn't called for, wasn't needed. But this is life. Life is beyond right and wrong. Life is beyond good and bad. Life is above. See, was it just? Was it just? Justice just? What the sage did? No, not justified, not just. But see, mercy is always above justice. Krishna's mercy is always above justice. Mercy never sees justice. Mercy never sees was it fair, was it right, was it wrong. Hmm? Mercy is always above justice. Mercy is always above right and wrong, good and bad. That is love. This is why in pure love there is no mistake. There is no mistake in pure love. There is no room for mistake in pure love. In pure Krishna consciousness, Krishna and his pure loving devotees, there is no mistake between them. Such a relaxation that, okay, there's nothing mistake. Then we can continue advancing, learning, growing in Krishna consciousness. So mercy is always above justice. Mercy is always unqualified. The king felt himself, the king realized himself, the king took himself to be unqualified, to be unworthy. The king took himself to be deserving what the sage was saying, Brahmana was saying. So all mercy came upon the king. Huh? The king was humble, na? He understood Mahaprabhu's message. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina mandena kirtanya sadhari. The king was humble. It is a fact in life. A humble person can never be defeated. We can never ever defeat a humble person. A humble person can never be defeated in argument in any form or shape. So, if we want to be ever victorious, not just victorious, ever victorious, we become humble. No one can insult an humble person. An humble person can never be insulted. He can never be put down. He can never be defeated. So, if we want to if we want to never experience insult, or low esteem and all, we become humble. Ambarish Maharaj, he already accepted. So what can how can the sage defeat him? Ambarish Maharaj, he was not at all living in a competitive zone. He had no competition with the sage, with anyone. No competition. He was not at all in a competition zone. He was not at all competing. In fact, so much so, he entered a no complaint zone. So practicing Krishna consciousness, we have to come to a no complaint zone. When we come to a no complaint zone, only and only then we realize that we are out of this business of competition. If we are living in a no complaint zone, only and only that, then we can expect, we can pray for Krishna's glance upon us. If we are living in a complaint zone, Krishna cannot have his glance upon us. Krishna cannot have his kind, merciful, sweet glance upon us. So we have to, this is all sadhana. Na? Sadhana is not just limited or restricted to 16 rounds and following 4 regulative principles. What is the purpose of sadhana? The purpose of sadhana is to realize that I cannot do even the bare minimum sadhana. 16 rounds is bare minimum. Following 4 regulative principles, bare minimum. And when we say following 4 regulative principles, it is not just on the gross platform that I don't eat meat or I take prasad only, or a vegetarian diet or I take prasad only. Not just on the gross platform, subtle as well. So, Ambarish Maharaj, he was not just practicing sadhana, he was living the sadhana. One thing is to know the philosophy. One thing is to accumulate information. There is no dearth in this world of accumulating information. Google na unlimited stock of information. How much information? No end to it. Now practicing Krishna consciousness in good association, we have to transform that information. We have to convert that information to knowledge. And then we have to churn that knowledge to realization. And this will happen only in good association. Then furthermore, we have to churn that realization to wisdom, to purity. Furthermore, we have to churn that realization, wisdom, purity, to humility. Srila Sanatan Goswami Pad Maharaj tells us what? Humility is synonymous to love. Humility is synonymous to love. So this is what human life is meant for gradual excellence, to churning information to knowledge, knowledge to realization. Knowledge should become our realization. Na? If knowledge has not become our realization, it is dry then. It is just theory. Just theory never helps in life. Yeah. In theory, I understand how to run a computer, how to run a kite, how to fly a kite, how to run an aeroplane. But then if I don't know it practically, so knowledge should become our realization. Yeah. Realization should make us wise. They should make us pure and ultimately humble. So Ambarish Maharaj, he was not just quoting the philosophy, he was living the philosophy. He was not doing a formality. Many times it might happen, na? 16 rounds, 4 regulative principles, formality. Not just for a day, for weeks, it may become like a formality. For months, for years. Practicing n number of years, attended n number of Rath Yatras, attended n number of Kirtan Milas, attended n number of retreats, this, that and all. But might just end up doing a duty or filling the gap sort of a formality. That is not sadhana. Sadhana is to evolve furthermore. And this will come about only and only again in good divine transcendental association. So there was no need for the sage to pull out that demon. There wasn't any need. And what happened? The now Ambarish Maharaj, did he take any offense of the sage's reaction? Say, did he take any offense? No, he did not. But all the devotees took offense. The internal energy of Krishna, the loving energy of Krishna, Sudarshan Chakra, he took offense, yes. How Ambarish Maharaj is my master? How could you speak in such a way with my master? How could you think or do, act to my master like this. I cannot let it happen. So this came to the defense of Ambarish Maharaj. Likewise, we will be defended by the mercy of Guru Maharaj, by the mercy of Vaishnavas, when we let that mercy flow. It is no good fighting our own case. We are so conditioned. How can we fight our own case? A doctor, when he is diseased, can he cure himself? Can he treat himself? No. So we are so conditioned. How can we fight our own case? We can never fight our own case. So we need a lawyer, as in we need a spiritual master who can advocate our case to Krishna. So it is only when we let Krishna fight for us, say, when we don't get in the way, then Krishna can do his magic, can do his wonder. So Ambarish Maharaj, he allowed Krishna to act freely. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. No, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. And Ambarish Maharaj allowed Krishna to act freely, to be the supreme personality of Godhead. Wow, Krishna loves it. When he is led to be the supreme controller, he loves it. Krishna actually gets a bit surprised. Huh? He gets a bit surprised, he gets a bit shocked. Wow, I am the supreme controller, and you are letting me also stay or be or act as the supreme controller. Huh? You are giving me that free will. Krishna becomes very impressed. So then the sage, he ran for life. He had a real good run for life. He did the north run, the south run, 45k, 25k. How many miles did he do? Don't know. He had a real good run where so many places he ran. And finally, he comes to uh, Lord Narayan. Finally, he comes to Lord Narayan and with folded hands, crying and praying. See? So let us read this, and we'll request maybe Maria to read the translation. So the sloka goes 9463. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Aham Bhakta Paradhino Hiya Swatantra Iva Dvija Sadhubir Grasta Hridayo Bhaktir Bhakta Jana Priya. Can read translation whenever ready.
Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said to the Brahmana, I am completely under the control of my devotees. Indeed, I am not at all independent. Because my devotees are completely devoid of material desires, I sit only within the cores of their hearts. What to speak of my devotee? Even those who are devotees of my devotee are very dear to me.
वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपाम्बुदीर्य तमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। अहम भक्त पराधीनो ही अस्वतंत्र इव द्विज साधुवीर ग्रस्त हृदयो भक्तिर भक्त जनप्रिय। Many things happen for the first time in life. Everyone, no? Many things we experience Okay, first time this has happened. First time in history. First time ever recorded. First time. What is happening here for the very first time? Okay, this is a question. What is happening here for the very first time? Or we'll see as further uh, translations, as further pastime progresses. What is happening for the very first time is someone approaching Krishna. Someone approaching Krishna, like we read, I think previously. Yes, so text 62 we see, na? Yeah, 61. So Durvasa Muni approaches Narayana and he says, O infallible, unlimited Lord, protector of the entire universe, you are the only desirable objective for all devotees. I am a great offender, my Lord. Please give me protection. Please give me protection. What do we observe here? What do we see here for the very first time in recorded history? What? Someone approaching Krishna for protection. And we'll see further on. Krishna says, uh-uh. Krishna says, I'm sorry. I cannot help you. Krishna says, you know what Krishna says? Krishna says, I'm afraid. My dear friend, I'm afraid. I cannot help you. My dear friend, I'm afraid I cannot give you protection. This is how I feel British people speak. Oh, I'm afraid, I don't know. I'm afraid I cannot help you. I'm afraid I don't have this. I'm afraid. I'm afraid I don't know where this train is going to. I'm afraid. Krishna telling to Durvasa Muni, I'm afraid Durvasa Muni, I cannot help you. This first time, this is, I don't know if any other pastime we see this. Someone approaching Lord, someone approaching Krishna. God Almighty, powerful. Furthermore, someone approaching Lord Shri Krishna for protection. Help me, help. I am at wrong. I made a mistake. I fall at your lotus feet. Kindly give me shelter. Kindly give me protection. Begging for protection. And Krishna says, uh-uh. I'm afraid I cannot give you protection. For the first time. And not just someone, a Brahmana. This is the first time a Brahmana, Krishna has so much say respect for a Brahmana. Go Brahman Hitaya Cha. We see, na? Krishna is described as Go Brahman Hitaya Cha, who is doing the hit, the ultimate interest, benefit for cows and Brahmanas. But it is only in this instance we see a Brahmana approaching Krishna for protection, and Krishna is telling, Krishna is telling, no, I'm afraid I cannot help. Now, see how much value Krishna values, say, Ambarish Maharaj, the devotion of Ambarish Maharaj. What does he say? The Supreme Personality of Godhead said to the Brahmana, I am completely under the control of my devotees. The joy of being controlled by someone. The joy of being controlled by someone. The joy of being possessed by someone. The joy of... There is no higher joy in life than surrendering ourselves to someone. And who is that someone? There is no higher joy in life than surrendering ourselves to Krishna. In fact, even higher. Higher is what? There is no higher joy in life than surrendering ourselves to the mercy of Vaishnavas. A bit more higher. There is no higher joy in life than surrendering ourselves to the mercy of spiritual master. There is no higher joy than that. The joy of giving oneself to someone. Wow. The joy of falling down. The joy of freely falling down and someone holding us by their arms. That joy. So here, Krishna is saying, I'm completely under the control of my devotees. That is Krishna's nature. This is what is Krishna's nature. Yeah. So he's telling this to the Brahmana, that you have knocked at the wrong door, I cannot help you. Ah. Now, see what a personality Krishna, na? The sh- See, the concept of God, our understanding of God will get shattered when we study Srimad Bhagavatam. Even coming to studying Bhagavad Gita, our concept of God will find its fascination. Hmm. The identity, the concept of God will find its fascination. Who is God? What does it mean? And furthermore, and Bhagavatam, wow, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we'll see some shlokas. We have, let us see one or two shlokas from Bhagavad Gita. What does God mean? Huh? Now, traditionally, if someone is not practicing, say, spiritual life for that matter, if someone is not practicing godly life, if someone hasn't developed that faith, say, still in society, Europe, America, worldwide, still people have some impression and understanding of God, right? So, generally, what do you say? May not be any practicing faith practitioner, but generally, what is the understanding of God people have? Need not necessarily, this is a question. Someone need not necessarily be a practitioner of any faith, say for that matter. But if we ask someone in the street, what do you mean by God? What does the term God mean to you? What could be the general response? What do you think? Could a response be, okay, God is someone who knows everything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. The words that come to my mind is omnipotent, benevolent, and omnipresent. Some words that are used in India.
So, God, someone who is omnipotent, all powerful, na? Throughout powerful, benevolent, all kind, all merciful, say. So these are general, yeah, God means, okay, He's the controller. God means light, God means hope, God means ray, God means this, that, and all. Fine. Let us see Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna says. Like in 7.7 Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, na, मत परतरं नान्यत् किञ्चिदस्ति धनञ्जय मयि सर्वम् इदं प्रोतं सूत्रे मणिगणा इव. Someone can read translation maybe.
Translation. O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me, as pearls are strung on a thread.
Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. No? There is no being or nothing, no truth higher than me. So this is gives us some good understanding concept. And Krishna is describing himself. Who is saying this? Krishna himself is saying about himself. Shishikharantai Mayapur Sashi Ki Jai. Krishna is himself saying about himself. Furthermore, what do we see in Bhagavad Gita 10.8? What does Krishna says? Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. Maybe Pip can read translation.
Hare Krishna. Translation. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts.
So this is Krishna saying, I am the source. I am the source of all material and spiritual emanation. Everything. And the wise who know this engage in my loving devotional service and worship me with all their heart. So we get some understand. He's the source of all material spiritual emanation. There is no being higher than him. Highest truth. No one is equal or superior to Krishna. Say. And what do we see in Srimad Bhagavatam? The very first canto, the very first chapter, the very first text. We may not read the whole translation, but just one thing I would like to say, share or say. And this is Vyasdev writing, by the way, and saying what? Krishna is Abhigya Swarat, means fully cognizant, fully independent. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.1, in the translation we find the concept of God. Who is God? He is completely independent, completely all-knowing personality, completely independent, the complete independent authority. And look at the paradox. That is Vyasdev saying Krishna is completely independent. Krishna himself saying in Bhagavad Gita that I am the source of all material spiritual emanation. There is no being or truth higher than me and all. And here what does Krishna says? I am completely under the control of my devotees. That is Krishna. Perfect, complete, and beyond. So this is why we say, who is Krishna? He is the son of Nanda and Yashoda. He is the son of Nanda Maharaj. Mother Yashoda is their son. Who is Krishna? He is the friends of Subal, Sridham. He is the friends of Brajvasis. Who is Krishna? He is the lover of the gopis. Say. Krishna is not God. God is Krishna. That we understand. God is Krishna. God meaning all powerful. Yes, that is Krishna. God meaning all knowable. Yes, that is Krishna. God meaning all merciful. Yes, that is Krishna. God meaning all independent authority. That is Krishna. God meaning all supreme controller. Yes, that is Krishna. God is Krishna. But Krishna is not God. Who is Krishna? He is completely under the control of his devotees. And we understand Krishna consciousness means what? To subdue Lord Shri Krishna. And how do we subdue someone? We can subdue someone by flattery, by fear, by control something and all. But Lord Shri Krishna can only and only be subdued by pure loving sentiments, pure love and attachment, pure loving bonding. So, such paradox, Vyasdev describing Krishna as the independent authority, supremely independent authority. And Krishna himself here saying, no, I am not at all independent, I am completely dependent. So, the Shastras tell us what? Kartum, akartum, anyatha kartum samartho iti Krishna. What is easily possible? Yes, it is easily possible. Krishna can make it happen easily. Kartum, akartum. Krishna's energies can make things happen easily. What is easily possible can make it happen easily. Kartum, akartum. What is not at all easily possible or what is impossible, what is almost impossible or what is impossible, Krishna's energy can make that happen as well. And furthermore, what is easily possible, Krishna's energies can make it completely impossible also. So all permutation combinations, all contradictions can easily reside in Krishna. Easily. All philosophical truth, all philosophical contradictions as well, or apparently seemingly contradictions, can easily find their shelter in Krishna. That is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 7.7 say, Mata parataram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya. Kinchit. That all truths can easily be satisfied me. Furthermore, Bhagavad Gita if we study Bhagavad Gita by the blessings of some devotee, by the guidance of some devotee, so much rasa we will find in Bhagavad Gita. So much nectar, so much mysticism. Another one of the very mystic shloka in Bhagavad Gita we can check, 9.4. Maybe Hamira can read this translation perhaps. 9.4 Krishna, what does Krishna says? Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat vyakta murtina matsani sarva bhutani nacham nachaham teshu avastita. What is the translation?
Hare Krishna. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them.
All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Beautiful. So, all philosophical truths, every relative truth, everything can easily find its shelter. All contradictions can easily reside in Krishna. So, from philosophical standpoint, it makes perfect sense. Krishna is the independent authority. He's the independent controller. He's the supreme controller. He's all-knowing personality, all-powerful. But from the standpoint of rasa, from the standpoint of nectar, from the standpoint of love, from the standpoint of mellow, what does Krishna say? No, I'm not at all independent. I'm completely dependent. I'm not at all the controller. I'm completely controlled. I know nothing. He tells to Mother Yashoda, I don't know how to put my feet in the slippers. What is this? How do you put your foot? Oh, this has gone in, they come out. Gone in. Wow. He gets fascinated. Completely like, wow, bewildered seeing this. Oh, this thing coming out. Huh? So Krishna says, I hardly know anything. Yeah. That is Vrinda Devi arranging all these pastimes, Yogmaya arranging all these pastimes. Where Krishna, in Vrindavan, he does not know he is God or who is God, what is God. He has no pride or abhiman that I am God. Now that is Krishna consciousness. The whole world is trying to chase after God, praise the Lord, chase after God and all. But we are trying to chase after Krishna. We are not after God, we are after Krishna. The sooner we come to this path, the sooner we come to this understanding, this realization, or build up a mood, then we will understand what sadhana means. Sadhana is not to attain God. Sadhana is to understand that God is or Krishna is unattainable by sadhana. So Krishna on one side, what do we see? That okay, God is the independent controller, all of this, and Krishna himself here claiming, I'm none of this. I'm completely under the control of my devotees. Indeed, I'm not at all independent because my devotees are completely devoid of material desires. That is the only way we can possess Krishna, by having an akinchana bhav. Akinchana means no other sense of possession, no sense of other material possession, no sense of possession towards like, okay, she's my wife, she will follow my orders, or he's my husband, he will do what I want, and family, children, nation, society, all of this. No, not that. The only and only ornament say we possess is what? Krishna, or love for Krishna. That I sit only within the course of their hearts. Krishna says to Narad Muni, Naham tishtami vaikunte yoginam hridayeshu va tatha tishtami narada yatra gayanti mad bhakta. I do not reside in Vaikuntha. I do not reside in the spiritual planet or in a throne in Vaikuntha. No. Naham tishtami vaikunte. Yoginam hridayeshu va. Nor do I reside in the heart of a yogi. Where do I reside? If we have to find, Krishna is telling us, where can he be found? Where can you find me, Narada? Tatra tishtami Narada. That is where I reside. Where? Where my devotees congregate, where my devotees come and chant, where my devotees come and talk about me. That is where I am. That is where I reside. Furthermore, what to speak of my devotee, even those who are devotees of my devotee are very dear to me. This is love. Prabhupada said, na, if you love me, you love my dog as well. That is love. If we love someone in wholesome, with their faults. Now, us conditioned souls, we do not have the capacity. We honestly do not have the capacity to love someone as such. No. Or we cannot say, or at least I cannot say that, okay, I love these many devotees, or I love these many people. I love every person who comes in my life. I love people when I go out trying to distribute books or something. No, I cannot claim that. It's a big thing to love someone. But at least I must work my way in a way I hate no one. That is in my hand. That is in my hand. Mahaprabhu has said that do not disrespect anyone. Offer all our respect to others. That is in my hand. Mahaprabhu did not say that love everyone. Offer our respect to others. I need not hate anyone. I need not dislike anyone. I may like someone. I may like a few. I should like someone. I should like few. Also, I should love someone. Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru. Some other devotees. But to begin with, surely Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru. That thing. This is love. And Krishna loves us unconditionally. With all our faults. With whatever mental blockage, whatever we are carrying, Krishna, yet Krishna loves me. We should chant this, we should say this to ourselves. Yet Krishna loves me. I had a bad day, I woke up late, I ate too much, I slept too much, I didn't study well, I didn't do this, I didn't buy this, I spent too much time on Facebook. But what can we do? Also, this doesn't give us a license. But falling down is easy, falling down is natural. What is shocking? To quit Krishna consciousness is shocking, or to continue to practice Krishna consciousness is shocking. Quitting is easy. To give up Krishna consciousness, what is the big deal? What is the shock? The shock is yet continuing to practice Krishna consciousness. No? So, it is not the falling down or how low we fall. Now is to come to a stage, how quickly do I rise? How quickly do I rise? How quickly do I come out of a glum, doomy, sulky, pity consciousness, low? How quickly do I come out of it? This can be a bit strong. This can be a bit strong, but see if we can take it. Society speaks, right? Like a lot of mind control, sense control, everything. What is the reason our senses are not controlled? What is the reason our mind is not controlled? This is one question to begin with. What do you think? What is the reason our senses are not controlled, our mind is not controlled? Keep saying something.
Hare Krishna. I'd say my senses aren't controlled because I haven't controlled them.
Fine. Senses are not controlled because we have not controlled them. I have not controlled them. Say, mind is not controlled because I have not controlled them. I'm not doing practice. I'm not doing good sadhana. All this can be said true, that I'm not doing good practice. I'm not following vows. I'm not following this and that. My mind is not controlled. My senses are not controlled. My lifestyle is poor. The real reason, the ultimate reason, the root reason is what? because I do not love Krishna. That is the ultimate reason. Now this can be heavy. This can be heavy. Because I do not love Krishna. This is why mind is not controlled, senses are not controlled, life is topsy-turvy, upside down, whatever, poor lifestyle and whatnot. Why? Because I do not love Krishna. Why? Because I do not love devotees. Why? Because I do not love one or two particular devotee. Because I do not love Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru. Why? Because I do not love even myself. Now this can be heavy, but because I do not love even myself. Now see, what is our situation? What is our... The day society speaks a lot, self-care, self-love and all, but we need to understand who is the self. What does self mean? Self never lives in isolation. Self does not have an isolated identity. None of us have an isolated identity. We all have a deep, loving, intimate relationship with Lord Shri Krishna. All of us. A unique, deep, loving, intimate relationship with Krishna. All of us have. And the ultimate reason of all our problems, everything, first and foremost, I live in bodily consciousness, bodily identity, bodily attachment, national identity. So many such identities: rich, poor, educated, not educated, this, that, and all, gender identity, all this identity, material-based identity. So how can I have any peace or love, proper love in this identity? Cannot have, because I'm a spiritual being. Then for now solution, once I get to know I'm not this body, I'm a spirit soul, big relaxation, big advancement. But then we cannot just continue advancing with this, that I'm not this body, I'm a spirit soul. Furthermore, mental problems and all. Why? Because we struggle to receive love, we struggle to give love. We struggle to receive. We struggle to glorify someone. We struggle to receive glorification as well. We get confused. If someone by mistake glorifies us, we get a bit confused. We feel a bit... Is it not? Do we not feel a bit strange? We not feel a bit awkward? Oh, why are you saying this good thing about me? I'm not this good. No, we don't know how to handle praise, how to handle love, how to handle any, say, accolade or something like that. No? We don't know. And we don't know how to praise also someone. I find it very funny or interesting, say. Sometimes in WhatsApp messages, say, if we have to, say, sometimes I may receive a message that someone trying to say, okay, I want to speak with you, or I like listening from you, or something, or you helped me, so I want to thank you. You helped me wake up early in the morning. So they send a message personally to me, say, or I thank you for helping me wake up early in the morning. Now the person could well be in a group with me and some other friends, say. Why does it culturally, I find, if I have to glorify someone in public, na? There's this expression, na? I like it. When you praise someone, praise in public. When we praise someone, we should praise in public. And when we blame someone, blame in private. When we praise someone, we should praise in public. And see, when we praise someone, praise in public, we will also feel very good. It's when we glorify devotees, we feel so good. We want to glorify more. And when we have any complaints or anything, do it in private. So why not make of this, I don't know, Facebook groups, this group, glorify in public. Have some problems, some complaints, some things to understand, clarify and all, in private. So our ultimate, because we do not understand, because we have these mental problems. Why we struggle to receive love, we struggle to give love. Ultimately, all our problem is why? Because I do not love Krishna. I'm telling you, this can be heavy. We don't want to go in a sorry mode. We don't want to go in a pity mode. Oh, I'm so low. I'm so pity. I do not love Krishna. No. But this is the thing. I do not love Krishna. This is why whatever problem or temporary good or bad and all of this, uh, I do not love Krishna. I do not love devotees. I do not love Siksha Guru. I do not love Diksha Guru. I do not, so much so I do not even love myself. I do not value myself. I do not realize my own potential, my own caliber, my own identity furthermore. Now, so we saw a bit, say, definition of God, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Krishna. What does Bhagavatam Vyasdev saying? That Krishna, you are the independent authority altogether. And Krishna himself saying in Bhagavad Gita. Now we see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, beautiful, Madhya Leela, chapter 12, cleaning of the Gundicha temple. Now, see, practicing Krishna consciousness, we will go in deep confusion. You know, one confusion we will have, one struggle, one bigger confusion, struggle, hard time we will have in what? Identifying, do I like Bhagavad Gita the most? Do I like Bhagavatam the most? Do I like Chaitanya Charitamrita the most? Do I like Krishna book the most? Which book do I like the most? Another struggle or real pain, confusion, headache we'll get is, okay, which pastime do I like the most? Dhruva Maharaj's pastime, Ambarish Maharaj's pastime, Kunti Maharani's pastime, Queen Kunti's pastime, or Bhishma Pitama's pastime. Which pastime do I like the most? Give us headache, really. Which shloka do I like? Which is my favorite shloka? Like Sunday feast, na? Where to start, where to stop, what to have, what not to have. Such a feast here. Now, in this Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 12, very beautiful pastime. Cleaning of the Gundicha temple before the Rath Yatra. Next chapter, I believe, is Lord's ecstatic dance in the Rath Yatra, the chariot festival. So unfortunately, we are short of time. We always will be having short of time, but we'll see how much we can help ourselves take inspirations there. So in this particular chapter 12, cleaning of the Gundicha temple, though Mahaprabhu and Mahaprabhu's associates and all assembled cleaning the temple. And prior to this, there is this King Pratap Rudra, I believe, yes. And the king, as is the custom before the chariot festival begins, before the chariots are pulled and drawn, the king comes and he sweeps the street and he does some puja and offering and all. So the king is he's a devotee king. Like Ambarish Maharaj, he's a devotee king proper. And he has heard the glories of Mahaprabhu. Now he's wanting, he's crying, he's hankering, he's begging for a vision, an audience, an interview, a darshan of Mahaprabhu. He's lamenting that, okay, now see, that is Krishna consciousness. He's king. Who cannot have access? Can the king not have access to anyone? King can easily access anyone, na? Whomever he wants. But becoming king has become a curse for him. He's not having easy access to Mahaprabhu because he is king. King wants to see Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu doesn't want to see him. Why? Because Mahaprabhu is saying, oh, what business have I got to do with a king? I'm a sannyasi, I'm a saint, I'm a renounced order monk in the renounced order. What business have I got to see big businessmen, big kings and all? No. What will the society say? Oh, look at that monk. He goes to 7-star hotel. He flies in this plane. He has interviews with these businessmen, these kings. Because monks are not supposed to be, right? Mahaprabhu is saying, no, I'm supposed to do not deal with such material opulences and all. So the king is saying, oh, look at my misfortune. The very fact that I'm a king has become a curse for me. Wish I was not a king. I would have then got access to seeing Mahaprabhu say. So the king is very humble and he's crying, he's praying. And who does he pray? He prays to his devotees, Sarvabhaum, Mahaprabhu's devotees, Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, even Nityanand Prabhu and others, that okay, make a case, make a case. Now, they tried to tell the king that, previously Mahaprabhu's devotees, they told Mahaprabhu that Mahaprabhu, please give an audience, an interview to the king. The king wants to see you. Why don't you see and have a chat with him? Uh, won't go much into the pastimes. Mahaprabhu met the king's boy, had some exchange, but the Mahaprabhu has not met the king. Now, in this instance, Mahaprabhu's associates, they say, no, we do not directly tell Mahaprabhu to meet the king. Mahaprabhu will directly reject also this offer on the grounds of etiquette and culture. But what do we say? We gently, we glorify the king. We tell Mahaprabhu, oh, how kind the king is. He helped me with some charity and he's not taking any interest money for it. He helped me do this, he helped me do that. Mahaprabhu, we are hearing that the king is renouncing his post. He wants to give up his position as a king. Why? Because being king, you are not giving him audience. So the king is saying, I will give up this post. I don't want to be the king. I want to see you, Mahaprabhu. I want to spend time with you. So Mahaprabhu's heart has softened. Mahaprabhu is still not wanting to see the king. And what does Mahaprabhu says? That how can I see this king? The society will rebuke and all. And our Damodar, Mahaprabhu's associate, Mahaprabhu's servant, what will Damodar say? That, oh, Mahaprabhu, you are not following scriptural etiquettes and you are seeing the king and all. So Mahaprabhu then says, okay, fine, there can be some arrangement done only if Damodar gives the permission. Mahaprabhu is also saying, nah, I do not have any permission. I need to take permission from my servants, my associates, my friends. So if Damodar gives the permission, fine. If Damodar says, see the king, I will see the king. If he says, don't see the king, I don't see the king. Now, this is what Damodar replies. Another day we can read this pastime and see. But for now, Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 12, text 29. I don't know, Hamira, Pep, whosoever wants to read the translation, someone read the translation. This is what Damodar says though. Madhya Leela 12:29. What? Yadyapi Ishwar tumi param swatantra tathapi swabhava ho prema paratantra. यद्यपि ईश्वर तुमि परम स्वतंत्र तथापि स्वभाव हो प्रेम परतंत्र. Damodar saying, Yadyapi Ishwar Tumi, although you are the controller, Ishwar, supreme controller. Yadyapi Ishwar Tumi Parama Swatantra, you are completely independent. Parama Swatantra, infinitely independent. Although, yet, tathapi, yet, you become completely dependent only out of love. And that is your nature. This is your nature. What is the translation?
Hare Krishna. Although you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead and are completely independent, still, you are dependent on the love and affection of your devotees. That is your nature.
That is Krishna's nature. Who wouldn't want to fall in love with Krishna now? See? Who wouldn't want to? Only a miser person. Only a weak-hearted miser, lazy person, lazy, crazy person would want to actively practice Krishna consciousness. Now, where have we heard this understanding of God? Where do we get this understanding of God? Where is it written, mentioned? So if someone wants to, also we say we can never love God. We cannot fall in love with God. Because God means what? Controller, God means someone who is high up in the sky. Sitting high up in the sky and doing what? Possibly having grapes. And what? Remote on his left hand, having grapes and someone fanning him. And okay, let's get this government down. Okay, let's have this war here. People question like this. If your God is great, how come he is letting so much poverty happen? Huh? If your God is great, how come he let this injustice happen and all? Huh? So they understand, oh, God is as if someone who is just having all the fun on like this. No? If someone really wants to, now see, this is, no, we cannot love God. We can, because God is more of a concept, God is more of a understanding. And in current framework, everyone is God, everything is God. For you, this is God. For me, this is God. All of this hodgepodge, proper hodgepodge. But no. So we can love only Krishna. We can love Krishna. And this is life. This is Sadhu Sangha Devotee Association giving us how to love ourselves. Such a irony, I don't even love myself. Look, wow. I'm trying to solve the problems of this world. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to give instructions to others and all, but I don't love myself. If I love myself, I would be happy, won't I be? Hmm? I don't love myself. I don't love Krishna. That's the fact of the matter. Krishna consciousness means what? To love Krishna. To see the joy of Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness. To see the joy of the divine couple, to see the joy of Guru and Gaura. So this is Krishna telling to the Brahmana. First time ever in life, someone coming to Krishna for help, protection, and Krishna saying, I'm sorry. Krishna is saying, I'm afraid, I cannot help you. Let us read a bit more. Text 64. O best of the Brahmanas, without saintly persons for whom I am the only destination, I do not desire to enjoy my transcendental bliss and my supreme opulences. Wow. In society, we have this concept of God. Okay, believe in God and have an eternal life in the kingdom of God, and what? Enjoy. That by and large. But look, what is Krishna saying here? Oh, best of the Brahmanas. Look, Krishna is addressing to him what? Best of the Brahmanas. Without saintly persons for whom I am the only destination. So, Krishna consciousness is encouraging us to become sadhu, saintly. Now, look, becoming saintly is not the responsibility of only someone who has taken the vow of a monk. And who has taken the dress and the vow of a monk, worn saffron robes and monk vow. That's not just the responsibility of a monk to be saintly. It is every individual's prerogative. What does prerogative mean?
Duty.
Duty, responsibility. Every individual's duty, responsibility to be saintly. Devotee life means saintly life. Saintly life means pure life. What is the saintly life? Definition of saintly life is one who has taken shelter of the loving potency of Krishna, of the internal energy of Krishna. Saintly life means taking shelter of the devotee of Lord Shri Krishna. Only then he is considered a saint. Yes, okay, he is a saint who has taken shelter of the devotee of Lord Shri Krishna. That is purity, taking shelter of the devotee of Krishna. That is purity. Shri Shri Kharantai Mayapur Sashi Ki. So Krishna is saying, oh best of the Brahmanas, without saintly persons for whom I am the only destination, I do not desire to enjoy my transcendental bliss and my supreme opulences. So, us and Krishna share an eternal bond, eternal connection of love. eternal relationship of love. We should pat ourselves. We are never alone. We are never lonely. We are never alone. We are never out of Krishna. It is having this understanding. Krishna is always there with me. Which this realization will come about in good devotee association. It is in good devotee association that I can find my true worth, my value, and I can realize how much Krishna loves me. One thing is to acknowledge I am fallen, and another is to consider I am fallen. There's a huge gap. One thing is to acknowledge I am not Krishna conscious, and another is to stamp myself. Another is to certify myself, stamp myself, prove myself that I am useless. I'm not at all Krishna conscious. I am useless. I am low. I am fallen. I am unworthy. I am bad. I'm bad. This is what we do. We just certify ourselves. I'm such a bad devotee. I'm such a poor devotee. I'm bad. But actually, we are pure spirit souls. We are Krishnas. Even now, and since eternity and for eternity, we are Krishna conscious. We cannot be Krishna conscious. We cannot be not Krishna conscious. It's just when we come to this realization and identity. Yes, I admit that I am put myself in a material consciousness. I admit that I am heavily associated. I admit that I have a heavy conditioning since eternity. This admittance is good, but to believe, but to take on, to consider that I am bad, it's like, no, Krishna says, how? You are a pure spirit soul. Yeah. So if I can distinguish, differentiate, have that separation, I can find myself rising very quickly, very nicely all the way to Krishna. So admit is good. To acknowledge is good. That yes, I'm distracted. I'm not attracted in you. I'm distracted. I acknowledge. I admit. I do not love myself. I admit. I acknowledge. I do not love you, Krishna. I admit. I acknowledge. But to rubber stamp myself that no, Krishna, I do not deserve and all. Then Krishna says, well, you are practicing and yet you are not getting. You are practicing and yet you are saying you are not this. That potential is always there upon us. 65 Krishna says, since pure devotees give up their homes, wives, children, relatives, riches, and even their lives, wow, even their lives, simply to serve me, without any desire for material improvement in this life or in the next, how can I give up such a devotee at any time? This is Krishna saying to the Brahmana, who came to seeking protection, that your disc, this Sudarshan disc, is troubling me. The heat coming from the fire, the heat coming from the disc is really troubling me. I'm not able to hold my breath. I'm not able to hold my life. And look, the sage ran away, leaving his disciples behind and everything behind. Leaving his students behind, he ran away for his life altogether. But what is Krishna saying? I am helpless. How can I give up such a devotee as Ambarish at any time, who gave up all material identity, all material association? So, real renunciation, the world loves, detachment, give up. Real renunciation is what? giving up this desire of sense enjoyment, or giving up this desire to enjoy independently of Krishna. We don't want to give up enjoyment. How can we give up enjoyment? We are joy seekers. We are Krishna's. Krishna is thoroughly enjoying pure bliss, and we also relish for that. This is why the entire Krishna consciousness is what? Param Drishva Nivartate. Giving up dealing with coal, charcoal. Giving up doing the brokerage, the commission, the dealing with charcoal. And what? Taking up dealing with diamond. That is Krishna consciousness. Giving up material dealings, societal love sort of thing, all based on bodily platform. And taking up pure love. Taking up this dealing. Now, see Bhagavad Gita. What does Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita? Krishna tells to Arjuna, 9:31. Krishna tells to Arjuna, Shipram bhavati dharmatma, शाश्वत शांतिम निगच्छति, कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि न मे भक्त प्रणश्यति. क्षिप्रं भवति धर्मात्मा शाश्वत शांतिम निगच्छति, कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि न मे भक्त प्रणश्यति. Krishna says to Arjuna, 9:31. What is the translation? Becomes quickly righteous. Shipram, quickly. Bhavati becomes dharmatma, righteous, holy, saintly. Dharmatma, pure, quickly, instantaneously. Shipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat santim nigacchati, and attains ultimate peace, ultimate bliss, eternal peace, eternal bliss. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashati. What is the translation?
Hare Krishna. He quickly becomes righteous and attains lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes.
So, this principle Krishna is exemplifying here, that my devotee never perishes. What happened to Ambarish Maharaj? Nothing. What happened to him? Nothing. The demon came, not even a scratch. And what happened to Durvasa Muni? He ran hither and thither. Where did he not go? Look, he went everywhere, but he went to Krishna right at the end. Not at the beginning, right at the end. He went everywhere. So, this Krishna is exemplifying how much he loves his devotees. We see how much his devotees are humble and how much Krishna loves his devotees. He's exemplifying that Arjuna, you declare boldly that my devotee never perishes. So for us practicing Krishna consciousness, we should not be worrying what is going to happen to me, No. That should never be our worry or concern now. We should pray for such good association. One who has taken the shelter of a devotee, he will make it. Only he can make it. Our only fear or worry should be what? That I am not Krishna conscious, or I am not becoming Krishna conscious, or I am not taking good devotee association. That should be our fear or worry. No other fear, no other worry. So Krishna is exemplifying. Krishna is who? Is Bhav Grahi Janardana. Did Ambarish Maharaj glorify Krishna? Did he say anything? No. But Krishna picked up the mood of Ambarish Maharaj, picked up the bhav, the emotion of Ambarish Maharaj, truly. So how can Krishna can never forsake us? We can also never forsake Krishna. It's an eternal bond. is just coming to this consciousness. Otherwise, again, Maya deludes us, saying what? Oh, you are bad. You are such bad. There is no hope. There is no worth. Furthermore, I know. No. As chaste women, 66, as chaste women bring their gentle husbands under control by service, the pure devotees who are equal to everyone and completely attached to me in the core of the heart bring me under their full control. I think we read 65, 66. Bring me under their full control. So, Prabhupada Ji, Prabhupada told, I believe maybe in India, that practice Krishna consciousness. There are many in society, in world, west, east, everywhere. Even now, what? They are wanting to become God. They practice spiritual life so that they can become God. Huh? And they do jigiri pokori, mismatch of shlokas and all, hodgepodge and all, word jugglery and all, wanting to become God and saying, okay, um, as waves come in ocean, we are also waves. They make good poetry and all, everything. So there are people in this world, practitioners, spiritual practitioners, wanting to become God. But Prabhupada said, what? Arey, why do you deprive yourself from the even higher attainment? Become God's father. That ways you can control God. Prabhupada, I think it was in India, Prabhupada said, become the भगवान बन के क्या करेगा? भगवान का बाप बनो. भगवान को कंट्रोल करो भगवान का बाप बन के. So, become Krishna's father and control Krishna. Discipline Krishna. Become Krishna's mother and discipline Krishna. What joy in becoming God? Become God's parents and discipline God. So Krishna saying 66, as chaste women bring their gentle husbands under my control by service. By service. The pure devotees who are equal to everyone and completely attached to me in the core of the heart bring me under their full control. We are short of time. We don't have time to. We are short of time and we are short of realizations as well. More than time, short of realizations. 67. My devotees who are always satisfied to be engaged in my loving service are not interested even in the four principles of liberation, Salokya, Sarupya, Samipya and Shashti, although these are automatically achieved by their service. What then is to be said of such perishable happiness as elevation to the higher planetary systems? Vritrasura, King Vritrasura also praised like this in his Udgar, in his expression. Beautiful, we should read the translation. 6:11, 22, 23. 6:11, 23 we read. Rati yadvesha udvegadi. What is the translation? 6:11, 23. Vritrasura is praying, such a demon he is praying, such a glorification he is making. 6:11, 23.
Our Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, forbids his devotees to endeavor uselessly for religion.
6:11, 20. Okay, continue.
Forbids his devotees to endeavor uselessly for religion, economic development, and sense gratification. O Indra, one can thus infer how kind the Lord is. Such mercy is obtainable only by unalloyed devotees, not by persons who aspire for material gains.
Trevargikaya savighatam patirvidatte purusasya sakra tato anumeyo bhagavat prasado Yodurlabha gochara kinchananya. Durlabha gochara. something which is extremely difficult to say bring within our senses, bring within our contemplation, bring within our consciousness. That something extremely difficult is made very easily accessible by developing this principle of becoming akinchan, means only possessing Krishna. Trevargi kayasa vigatam asmat. Pater vidatte purusasya sakra. Another name for Indra, we perform the sacrifices. Shakra. That this doing sacrifices, austerities, what do we get? Joys of these three worlds only or something, which is temporary and all. And Krishna, you do not let your devotees indulge in temporary happiness and all. Okay, let us do some kirtan for and see. Shishikorantai Mayapur Sashi Ki Jai. Haj Gauranga Kah Gauranga Leh Gaurangir Naam Re Bhaj Gauranga. Bhaj Gauranga Kah Gauranga Leh Gaurangir Naam Re Bhaj Jai Jana Gauranga Bhaje Se hoy amar pran re. Jai Jana Gauranga Bhaje Se hoy amar pran re. Jai Jana Gauranga Bhaje Se hoy amar pran re. Gauranga boliya dubahu tuliya. Gauranga boliya dubahu tuliya. Gauranga boliya dubahu tuliya. Gauranga boliya dubahu tuliya. Nachiya nachiya berao re. Nachiya nachiya berao re. Gauranga boliya dubahu tuliya. 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 Nachiya nachiya berao re. Bhaj Gauranga Kah Gauranga Leh Gaurangir Naam Re. Bhaj Gauranga Kah Gaurangir Naam Re. Gauranga bhajile Gauranga japile. Gauranga bhajile Gauranga japile. Gauranga bhajile Gauranga japile. Gauranga bhajile Gauranga japile. Dukher avasan re. Dukher avasan re. Gauranga bhajile Gauranga japile. Dukher avasan re. Gauranga bhajile Gauranga japile. Dukher avasan re. गौरांग जपिले होय दुखेरो अवसान रे
गौरांग भजिले गौरांग जपिले दुखेरो अवसान रे
भज गौरांग कह गौरांग ले गौरांगेरा नाम रे जय जना गौरांग भजे से हो अमर प्राण रे
गौरांग भजे से हो अमर प्राण रे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम राम
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम राम
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम राम
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे राम
जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय जय प्रभुपदा 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 शिल प्रभुपदा जय गुरुदेवा 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 Guru Deva. Jaya Guru Deva. Guru Deva. Tagore Premanandi. So, text 68 says, the pure devotee is always within the core of my heart, and I am always in the heart of the pure devotee. My devotees do not know anything else but me, and I do not know anyone else but them. You know what does this mean? Krishna is saying, I am also mad, and my devotees are also mad. Me and my devotees, we all are, both are mad. We both are a bit mad in love with each other. And we see actually this in 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna book, chapter 60 or 61, talks between Rukmini and Krishna. Beautiful, beautiful dialogue they have. And Krishna tells to Rukmini in there that, look, Rukmini, I am mad. Just to clarify, just to confirm, to let you know, I am mad and also my devotees are mad. So yeah, the Krishna is saying, no, the pure devotee is always within the core of my heart, and I am always within the heart of the pure devotee. So who resides in the heart of the pure devotee? Who resides in the heart of Lord Shri Krishna? Pure devotee. Isn't it? Krishna is saying, no, the pure devotee is always within the core of my heart. So who resides in the heart of the Lord Shri Krishna? Pure devotee resides. Now, for us to make a space, say an entrance, for us to having a heart-to-heart relationship with Lord Shri Krishna, what is the secret? The secret is making a space in the heart of a pure devotee of Lord Shri Krishna. When we make a space in the heart of a pure devotee of Lord Shri Krishna, then automatically we find ourselves in the heart of the Lord Shri Krishna. That is the secret. One who has become devotee of Krishna's devotee, Krishna will accept him easily. Easily. So Krishna is a bit mad and his devotees are more than him. Mad Krishna is telling here. Oh Brahmana, let me now advise you for your own protection. Okay, since you have come here, I cannot give you protection, but I can offer you some advice. Please hear from me. By offending Maharaj Ambarish, you have acted with self-envy. Therefore, you should go to him immediately, without a moment's delay. One's so-called prowess, when employed against the devotee, one's so-called caliber prowess, when employed against the devotee, certainly harms he who employs it. Thus, it is the subject, not the object, who is harmed. Shri Shri Khorantai Mayapur Sashi Ki.
Jai.
For a Brahmana, austerity and learning are certainly auspicious. But when acquired by a person who is not gentle, such austerity and learning are most dangerous. You know, power, learning, education and all, when it goes in the hands of a corrupt person, very dangerous. So, austerity, learning, these are the ornaments of a sadhaka. But when it is not acted Krishna conscious way, sabotage, it is a sabotage of one's faith. You know, there are very ways. One is to kill someone, to kill someone with knife and pierce one's heart altogether. Stab him from the front or stab one from the back. Both are very gross, very, very gross. But what is even more gross is to play with someone's emotions. Even more gross is what? To play with someone's faith, someone's spiritual faith. The very person who is taking your shelter, and you play with that person spiritually, with his or her emotions and everything. very gross, very, very heavy. For a Brahmana, austerity and learning are certainly auspicious, but when acquired by a person who is not gentle, such austerity and learning are most dangerous. O best of the Brahmanas, you should therefore go immediately to King Ambarish, the son of Maharaj Nabhaga. I wish you all good fortune. If you can satisfy Maharaj Ambarish, then there will be peace for you. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 9th canto, 4th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Ambarish Maharaj offended by Durvasa Muni. Again, we are lacking in realizations, definitely. We are short of time also. We are heavily low in purity. We are heavily low in taking shelter in surrender, in genuineness. I'm heavy low in faith. I'm heavy low in taking shelter, genuine surrender, low in purity tremendously. We can never glorify to our heart's content these shlokas, what Krishna says from text 63 onwards. Aham bhakta paradhino. Look at the humility, the gentleness. Krishna saying, I am completely dependent. I'm not at all independent. Aham bhakta paradhino. He aswatantra iva dvija. Sadhubir grasta hridayo. Bhaktir bhakta janapriya. So we can never glorify to our heart's content. But thank you very much for your kind attention, participation and encouragement and inspiration. Kindly continue blessing us. Pray that one day, soon, I become the first listener of what we study in Srimad Bhagavatam. This is Krishna consciousness. We should all aspire, we should all desire to one day become a devotee. Such sweet, sublime, pure message. So, this is why it is a devotee once said me, beautiful, transcendental devotee once from his transcendental realization, pure devotee from his pure realization, he told me what? Krishna is the most described, most talked about personality in the entire universe, yet the least understood. Krishna is the most described, most talked about personality in the entire universe, yet the least understood or the most misunderstood. Look at the irony. Krishna is most described, doesn't matter theist or atheist. In a way, we all are God conscious. We all are Krishna conscious. We may not be directly Krishna conscious, but we are indirectly Krishna conscious. In a way, we all are sheltered. We all are surrendered. May not be directly sheltered, surrendered to Krishna, could be indirectly. So, Krishna is the most talked, described personality. Someone may be talking about football and all, but we read, Krishna is saying, I am the source of all material and spiritual emanation. So, directly or indirectly, we all are talking, describing Krishna only. It's the most talked, described personality in the entire universe since eternity and for eternity. Yet the least understood. So the only way to understand Krishna as he is by taking shelter of a pure devotee of Krishna. So human life is meant to inquire about God, but devotee life is meant to inquire about a devotee of God. Human life is meant to inquire into God, to inquire into the existence of God. to inquire into God, who is God. But a devotee life is meant to inquire into a pure devotee of the Lord, inquire into a devotee of God. Hare Krishna. श्री गोरंताय मायापुर शशि की
Jai.
श्रील प्रभुपाद की
Jai.
श्रीमद् भागवतम अमल पुराण श्रीमद् भागवतम की
Jai.
निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी
Hari Bol. Bhakta Shish Prabhu ki. Jai.